calling.
Oh my God, it's Ryan Ermanni. They're going to be willing to play, and this is probably an out. I'm eager to see how we compete.
$18 million going to Trey Flowers and Jamie Collins this year. You see people going, the salary cap's not real. Yes, it is real. You have to have those names to compete. You have to have those guys because with this linebacking core the way it's set up, it ain't good enough.
We have no room at all to lose anybody on defense.
Game week, Detroit Lions, Eagles. It is here. We made it. And I'm just going to go in, D-Mac, and discuss it because I'm already getting concerned about some things. And I said this, we said this, you said this, Terry said this. I think D-Mac Lions fans have done a good job of kind of righting the ship.
Lions fans.
Where we saw people, winning the division, winning a playoff game. Ryan Ermanni from Ermanni and Edwards with Maz calling.
Oh my God, it's Ryan Ermanni.
Projecting they win the division. This is a test of a man's professionalism right now, where I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that and I'm going to move on. I'm not going to give in, Spence.
That was great.
I'm not going to laugh at it, as funny as it is. I'm not going to do it. But D-Mac, I think people have done a good job kind of calibrating the expectations. I know when we get our first hit of hopium, we get fired up about it, but I think people have put themselves in check, no?
Well, yeah, no, I think that everything else is, we sort of wait and we realize that, okay, it's not the same old lines. The culture's changed, the work ethic and the message and the coaches in place is everything. But the talent just isn't there yet. There's still a lot of questions to be made. I know I had them 8-9 going through the schedule. We did our preseason picks. Really going into the first game of the year, I think Vegas has it more right that this is a 6 or 7 win team. I just don't see the improvements enough. I haven't seen the offense be as good as they're supposed to be yet. I haven't seen the defense be able to stop somebody. So
on brand.
It's on brand. It's on brand. Now, what I like is that we're going to see again tonight in the last episode of Hard Knocks is everything. It's the consistency of the message and the work ethic and the people that they're putting in place.
Right. But see,
so there's because you need that. Now, remember the clock. Don't forget the clock because it's been the off season, right? The clock is going to start. But I still got 17 games left before the end all be all, and
before the machetes come out.
Before the machete, absolutely, it's in the car. Before the machetes come out, but we have, and we will see it. And I think that we've tempered the expectations, right? First week of the we're this Philly team coming in, and whether I'm a Jalen Hurts guy or not, but the team that they have, they're going to be willing to play, and this is probably an L. But I'm eager to see how we compete. And you know what? Is it closer than I think? It's, something like this. But again, to my expectations, if I had them 8-9, I'm saying it's they're 6 or 7, and that's not a bad thing because the things that I saw in the culture and the work ethic and the coaching and all that stuff is way more important because I believe that the talent will eventually get in place and they'll get the right guys. You put my clock into your mouth right now. You can after the first season Sunday. That's it. Clock day. Stick it in.
Looted Corpse in our YouTube chat thread. Looted Corpse in our YouTube chat thread. Big V out 4 weeks. And Looted Corpse, that's the thing. I'm looking across the horizon right now, and we knew the Jameson Williams thing. That I don't count that. But you got Vaitai out. Romeo Quora's out. Julian Okwara's questionable. Josh Paschal's out. Anzarique's Here we go. We haven't even started yet. And here we go. And that's not to say, look, I'm not bailing on it because you guys know this, and I'll continue to drive this home every single time. There are two separate entities going on with the Detroit Lions as an organization right now. Two tasks that they had to adjust. Number one, fix it financially. They're taking the last bite of the stale sandwich now. $18 million. Never forget this. $18 million going to Trey Flowers and Jamie Collins this year.
Oh, hell no.
Almost 10% of the cap. Never forget this, guys, because that's a part of it. For everyone that jumped up and down and pounded the table about free agency and stuff like that, one is with the other. And I know you get a faction of people because we saw, an adjustment made with Taylor Decker's contract, and you see people going, the salary cap's not real. Yes, it is real. It's very simple what they did. And the Lions have that luxury to do that because, as I said, 2024, $92 million in cap space with your offensive line signed, your quarterback signed, and all your first-round picks signed. That's what they have. So they have this luxury where they can kind of delay and kick the can down the road a little bit. So they're going to do these types of things. It's just, for me, the injuries are already a concern. And let's be real. In the real world, they're a concern for everybody because when we do these projections and you say they're going to win the division, you're assuming, in effect, everyone's going to stay healthy for an entire season. That's not reality in the National Football League. And we're seeing it already. And these guys, those names, D-Mac, that I just listed off, those are guys you have to have. If you're the Lions with this defense right now, you have to have those names to compete. I'm talking about compete with Aaron Rodgers and win divisions and win road games in New England and Dallas. You have to have those guys because with this linebacking core the way it's set up, it ain't good enough.
No, it ain't good enough, and it was proven that. And you need the availability of having the roster because you don't have the luxury, of being another team with the depth. Now, it's going to give an opportunity. I think with Vitae going down, it's going to give Evan Brown, who's proved last year how valuable he is. I think that we've played with Vitae without him before. I think last year he might have been, one of those. He was the guy that was more valuable to the offensive line, I think, than he got credit for. But I think that with the way that this is developed, if we were going to take a hit at any of our positions, you don't want to, but we can sustain it on the offensive line. We have no room at all to lose anybody on defense because you don't. That's how rare it is, and I think that's going to be what is one thing, Neil, that you're holding on to, but is true in the back of your mind, but not. It's the linebackers and the secondaries still.
That's
not
what it all
there.
comes back to.
It all comes back to it because at the end of the day, what do the best teams and the best quarterbacks in this league? When it comes down to what is this? What is the NFL? Last possession game. What do we always talk about? Oh, look at the fourth quarter drive, whatever like this. At the end of the game, are you going to be able to shut a team down like what the LA Rams do and develop that where, you have a guy like Aaron Donald, and even, a guy at certain times like a Jalen Ramsey that can shut a receiver down. You're not there yet. And I think that as, we're going to be in more games, it's going to be still close, but I just don't think we have that finish off ability. And I don't think it'll be because we won't be able to score. I think it's because we'll not be able to prevent scoring. Could be wrong. But that's where some of these young guys, you look for the opportunity to step up. But, I think reality and on point to what it is this is a 6-win team, 6-7-win team. I think Vegas had it right.
Yeah, and that was kind of my point of contention. You can get to 9 if you get some breaks.
Yeah.
Those games you were talking about.
If you stay healthy and you get some breaks and you know what, it comes together
Staying
quicker.
healthy is a break now.
Availability is number one.
Yeah, I mean, it is. On a YouTube chat thread, Pistons fan 11, Neil just named 3 guys we knew have been hurt for a while, and Big V. Well, for me, Pistons fan 11, you're starting to see it too, even leak on, to the Anzariques and things like that. And yeah, I know he's been banged up, but these are big resources that were put into guys like him and Paschal. That's what it is, and we're starting to see it. And the Vitae thing, I don't want to say it dashes my hopes for improvement or anything like that. But Spence, I love the way that he phrased this on the show sheet. Vitae placed on the injured list. Were we ever going to see this offensive line at full strength? Because we keep hearing about it, right? We keep hearing about it. And I'm a believer. You guys, I think Sewell's a gold jacket, loading. 100% I believe that. But at the same time, look, with the weaknesses that this team has in the linebacking core, in the secondary, your strength, what's the strength of this team, D-Mac? Offensive line.
Right.
No question. There is not another unit that is anywhere near its level. You have to have that running at all cylinders. You have to. That's a blow, man. I don't care what anybody says, that's a blow, and you're behind the 8 ball for a quarter of the season. And remember, when I look at this schedule, people say it's easy. On paper it is. But the second quarter is an MFer, man. That second quarter of the schedule is a beast. and it's hard. And that second quarter is your setup day, man.
Yeah, and so you hope that it's early on and you can get through it as healthy as possible. Different guys step up. Like I said, you nailed it. At the end of the day, Neil, with this season, with the 17 games left in the clock, is that the books are straight, the culture's the culture's straight, the coaching staff is the ones that I want in there, the message coming out of there. Now we'll work on the rest. I can accept that because it seems like there's some structure and there's some stability that's going on that hasn't been there in the past.